ever feel like loving yourself is easier said than done? Me too. Let's talk about self love and how to actually love yourself. You've probably heard people say that self love is being selfish, that it means ignoring the needs of others, or that it's only people that are wealthy, people that have time that can practice self love. Once you love yourself, you should not have any negative thoughts. Or things like self love means being perfect, knowing that you are flawless. But is that what self love is really about? I want to establish the fact that when we were born, we had a good relationship with our bodies. We had a good relationship with people around us. But as time went on, we got exposed to systems, society, and the people around us reaffirmed the belief that somehow we're not enough, or that we had to attain a certain level to be considered worthy. Self-love is embracing yourself even when things don't go your way, even when you are successful, when you fail, when you ace that exam. Self-love is recognizing that regardless of the situation, you are worthy of everything good. So how can you actually love yourself? The first thing is to change your thoughts. Imagine if you are born into a French family. Within 6 to 8 months, you'd make phrases like frère, mère, père. Then in 2 years, you'd be making short sentences. Then before you know it, you are able to understand and speak an entire language without having to read a book. That's the same thing that happens emotionally. If you were raised in a home where you were constantly criticized, or you were not allowed to be a child, rather you were made to be a parent for your younger siblings, or maybe you were exposed to people that would make you feel neglected, or you were told not to express yourself emotionally, you end up learning an emotional language of trust issues, feelings of worthlessness, low self-esteem. Now, if I asked you to learn Korean in 2 months, you tell me that that's a really short period of time. And that's the same thing about self-love. You have to give yourself time. You think that once you listen to a YouTube video, or you listen to a podcast or read a book, instantly you're ready to change your life. But it doesn't work that way. It's a constant practice. It requires hard work, but it's doable. Give yourself time. Of course, we are humans and we forget. The next step is to change the way you talk to yourself. Most times we focus on beating ourselves up and looking for everything wrong in what we do. When was the last time you sat down to appreciate yourself? You need to start appreciating yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be friendly with yourself. Someone asked this question and I want to put it to you too. If I asked you to name all the people or all the things you love, how long would it take for you to mention yourself? That should tell you about how you feel or how you see yourself. You can try to make out time to sit and tune into the present moment without judgment. Another thing you can do is to create short sentences or affirmations that negate the critical things that you say to yourself. Like if you keep telling yourself that you are not enough, that you are worthless, you can try changing it to sentences like I am enough, there's nothing wrong with me, everything is working for my good, I am worthy of everything good. At first it's going to seem silly, but that means you are doing it the right way. Yes, you keep saying those things to yourself and you find out that you're going to shift your attention from those critical things that you keep focusing on to a more positive way to address yourself. And it's going to help strengthen your level of self-respect because you found a new way to think of yourself. Another thing you can do is to have a done list instead of a to-do list. Usually when you have a to-do list and you don't meet up to what you listed, you end up feeling bad about yourself. But a done list will make you appreciate even the little things, like getting out of bed, going for a walk, cleaning your room. The next thing is to set boundaries. I know that setting boundaries can be really hard, especially if you are trying not to be a selfish person. Maybe this one is not even about childhood. Maybe you had a partner that kept telling you that you are selfish, and so in order to avoid it or not to disappoint people, you keep saying yes to everything, even if it's to your own detriment. But is that really self-love? Like, do you think that's the right thing to do? Because personally, I don't think so. The next step is to forgive yourself and others. The only time you should look at the past is if you're trying to pick a lesson from it. What's done is done. And yes, you can forgive people, but it doesn't mean you have to rebuild a relationship with them, especially if it was a toxic one. You can love them from a distance. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong in taking a break. There's nothing wrong in telling people no, so that you can have time to rebuild yourself, so that you can be able to help them too. You can start by identifying your needs and wants, so that it could give you a reason as to why saying no is not a bad thing. You can also think of what to say when situations that would cause you to breach your boundaries come up. Of course, you'll have people that would still try to push you to change your mind, but to whose detriment? Stop thinking about the fact that people might not like you. I mean, who cares if people don't like you? I read a quote that said, even if you are the sweetest peach on a tree, there are people who don't like peaches. Personally, I don't know anybody that is loved by everybody universally. People always look for what to say. People would look for flaws and even the things that are not there. So, be okay with not being liked. Be comfortable with it. Not everybody can like you. It's fine, really. Another step is to romanticize your life. I know when you look at social media and how people talk about romanticizing your life, the expensive apartment, the luxurious cars, it's hard to think, am I capable of romanticizing my life? Like, this is not the kind of lifestyle that I have. But that's not what romanticizing your life is all about. Like, it's not about the aesthetics. Romanticizing your life is those intimate moments you have with yourself when you're doing something that you like, when you're getting all your senses involved in that thing. Like, personally, I like cooking. When I'm cooking, I pay attention to the aroma. Think about what makes it tick. Maybe writing, drawing, painting. Just make the things around you beautiful in whatever ways that you can. And then you see the difference. You see that you end up appreciating life more. Just try it. Get rid of perfectionism. I am guilty of this too. Because I'm always waiting for the right time to do something. Like, even when I actually get what I said I'm going to do, there's another idea will come up and then I'm like, I don't think it's good enough. Maybe I need to add this, I need to add that. And at the end of the day, I end up doing nothing. And I'll start beating myself up for wasting so much time. Perfectionism will not help you in any way. Instead of waiting until when you have that particular thing, try and be that thing. Don't say, oh, I will be happy when I lose weight. Already start behaving like somebody that wants to lose weight. Stop saying, oh, I can't lose weight because I don't have a skipping rope, or I've not been able to afford that gym membership. Start behaving like the kind of person who's trying to get fit. The food you eat, start with what you have. Be mindful of what you eat. You also need to move your body. Yes, get involved in activities. Play, exercise. I know as an adult, it's all about work, but you need to find that time to get involved in activities that will boost your mood, help you get healthy and fit. Sometimes I really don't feel like going out for a run or trying to move my body. But when I remember the benefits of exercise, it pushes me to go out even for 30 minutes. And then I come back and I don't know, but I feel this, like I feel proud of myself because really it's not easy to push yourself out of bed most times. But you should try it, These days, I don't think people really go to the gym or people work out because they want to lose weight or they want to be fit. I think it's more about how it will make you feel and how it helps your brain and everything about you work better. So go out today and play. Have fun. Everything is already so serious. When you're a baby, it's possible that you used to move around a lot. Let's remind ourselves of those moments sometimes. Listen to your body. Oh my God. It's very important for you to listen to your body. You don't have to wait until your body gives you a more dramatic reason. Sometimes I sit down and then I ask myself, really? I ask myself, what's my stomach trying to tell me? I mean, when I feel bloated and a bit sick, or when I'm moody, sometimes it could be my gut health. Like maybe I ate that junk food or I ate something I wasn't supposed to eat. If I feel like my shoulder is paining me or I feel different around my shoulder, okay, what's it trying to tell me? My knees. Listen to, be attentive to your body. It's very important. It's an act of self-love. Sometimes you might just need a hug, not a drink. Sometimes you might be low on vitamins, not sugar. Sometimes you might be feeling upset, or you might feel like you don't know how to express yourself because you've not taken out time to sit with your thoughts. I have days when I'm upset and I really can't figure out why. So I've learned to sit down with my thoughts and ask myself questions like, why do I feel this way? What's going on? Is it because I haven't eaten? No, really. Pay attention. Another thing is to focus on yourself. Why are we so obsessed with the lives of others? Like, why do we always care about what the next person is doing? Invest in yourself. That obsession you have with someone else's business, put it in your business. They used to say, mind the business that pays you. Focus on yourself. Be mindful of the things you expose yourself to. Those things that you ingest, what you eat, what you listen to, what you read, the articles you read, the magazines, everything that you do. Is it leading you towards self-love? Is it leading you towards the path you want to take? Is it benefiting your body? Is it making you better? Focus on yourself. One time I got my heart broken and I was so sad. Like, I was crying, like I was literally putting my mouth into my pillow so that the neighbors would not hear my screams. I was really sad. And then I remember calling my friend to tell her how I felt and how much it broke me and why I didn't want to leave that relationship. She told me that I should try to parent myself. I was really hurt. And then I was also angry with the fact that I was angry with myself. Like, why did I even think that somehow loving someone would eventually make them love me at a point? Like, why did I give so much of myself? Why did I let go of myself? I felt bad, wasted. At that point, that's what I was thinking, that's how I felt. But then my friend told me that I should start by taking care of myself the way a parent would. And that advice helped me tremendously. Like, I thought about it. If I had a baby and like a baby that I actually gave birth to, would I tell the baby that I would only love you when you say your first words properly, or I would only love you when you do the right things, when you don't puke all over, when you're happy and smiling? Or would I be the kind of parent that would tell my child that regardless of anything, that I would always love my baby? That even if she messes herself up, I would clean up her mess. I would groom her. I would teach her. And if she goes wrong in any way, I would correct her with love. I would tell her that it's okay to make mistakes and still learn from it. What would I tell my child? How would I treat her, I just kept thinking about things that I would do. And I applied the same thing to myself. I'm asking you too, what kind of parents would you be? Yes, and I would teach my child boundaries. All the things that happened in that relationship, I told myself this is what I would do instead. And it helped me. It did. Because back then I didn't think heartbreak was a serious issue. Like, I mean, if things don't work out. But when I experienced it, whew, Lord, getting out of bed wasn't so easy. I just, God. Well, I did all those things to myself. I groomed myself, ate, went to the gym. I just tried to pick myself up. And in that moment, I realized that when everybody leaves, you still have yourself. I just tried to take care of myself in any way possible. Was it hard? Yes. But it was doable. Take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And just see how different things will turn out. If things are not working out for you right now, be patient with yourself. When you keep harming yourself and doing negative things to yourself, you just keep sinking into that hole of self-hate. And you don't deserve that. Like, you deserve so much more. You deserve everything good. Give yourself good things, no matter how little. Do good things for yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. Practice compassion. Even that part of you that you don't like it. Give yourself more grace. Yes, sometimes you get all pumped up, like, I'm ready to love myself. I'm not going to do anything that is detrimental. It's fine if you sleep. If you wake up tomorrow and then you don't do what you said you're going to do, as long as you have the mindset that you're ready to do what is best for you, then by all means, forgive yourself and do better. You are capable of loving yourself unconditionally. And even when you don't love yourself, I want you to know that you are still worthy of love. I know people tell you that nobody can love you if you don't love yourself, but no. You're still worthy of love. Just start loving yourself and see where it takes you. I hope you know that whatever happened to you during childhood or your teenage years or while you're in a relationship wasn't necessarily your choice or your fault. But you have the responsibility to heal from it. And you can. Just take it one step at a time. I hope you know that you are worthy of everything good. That regardless of where you find yourself, that you are allowed to be a different person. You are allowed to be different from who you were 5 seconds ago. Be kind to yourself. The last thing is to visualize yourself doing the things you've talked about. I don't just want you to listen and then try and do those things. I want you to see yourself doing those things. That's what I do. Sometimes I actually picture myself doing things before I actually do it. It gives me that mindset that if I can picture it, I can do it. I don't know if you understand. Visualize yourself doing all those things. If you love yourself, what would you do? How would you treat yourself? How would you treat the people around you? What kind of people would you be exposed to? And yes, join a community. You can try to volunteer or join a charity organization. Helping people too is a beautiful experience. So you can try joining a community to communicate, to associate with people around you. So for now, those are the tips I'd actually give you to love yourself. You can do it. Just take it one step at a time. And be compassionate with yourself in every step of the way. It's important that you do so.